Okay, so this is PATV, publicaccesstv.ca. Why do I have my makeup brush?
Because you're shining.
Yes.
You're shining.
And what do we have up next? Web content.
Web content.
Web content!
We just rip stuff off the web and put it on TV.
On a real show, on a real TV. That's got to be worth something. Maybe you can't get it on the Facebook. Oh, you can get it on the Facebook. Maybe you can't just get it like this. Maybe it's on a big screen now for you.
That's right.
On our show, we make that happen.
Television is still king. Don't you forget it.
TV is king. And so are you, and so are me. Let's kick it! Web content!
Kick it!
Welcome back to Armchair Directors. Now we're going to be taking a look at the new teaser trailer for Batman: The Dark Knight Rises. I'm doing the whole review in this voice, just to tick off all the Batman fans.
People really are love it or hate it when it comes to Christian Bale's Batman voice, his growl.
Take it or leave it.
And now we don't get much of that in this teaser. We mostly get Liam Neeson callback from Batman Begins, Ra's al Ghul, narrating most of the teaser.
They had me at the first second I heard Liam Neeson's sweet voice. I'm a huge Liam Neeson fan. I mean, is anybody not a huge Liam Neeson fan? The precursor to that, they released this teaser poster a few weeks before the teaser trailer that was attached to Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 2. Mm-hmm. Everybody looked at it and went, oh, Inception. Well, that's a good thing, because Inception was awesome. And this shot is in the teaser trailer.
It is.
There's a great shot of the buildings crumbling in the form of the Batman symbol, which I love, because Gotham really took a pounding in the first movie, but didn't really sustain any irreparable damage. You know, the monorail getting busted and all that can be fixed. And then the second movie, man, did the Joker ever have a crime spree, blowing buildings up and going nuts. But still, they can rebuild. Just this shot alone kind of tells me this is it for Gotham. I mean, how do you come back from this?
Right. So basically, you know, they're showing us Batman went away because at the end of The Dark Knight, Batman is on the run. And when Batman isn't there to keep Gotham City in check, buildings start coming down.
Yeah.
Like, Christopher Nolan has a lot at stake here because the anticipation from fans is so high. This movie has to be incredible and deliver everything. Otherwise, I think even if it's a 9 out of 10, people are going to be disappointed.
And now I've heard a lot of people who watched this trailer say that they were disappointed by it. There was quite a few people after this thing played and they went, well, that was nothing. You know, the problem is you don't go to a Wendy's and be disappointed when you get a Wendy's burger. You don't go to a Christopher Nolan movie and be disappointed when you get Christopher Nolan footage, you know, for a trailer or a teaser or even his movies. I am so proud of Christopher Nolan that he hasn't changed at all, even though his budgets have increased and, you know, the talent pool that he can pick from has increased. He's still that guy who made Memento all those years ago, that nice little quiet movie that pulls you in. The title in this teaser says it all about Christopher Nolan. The Dark Knight Rises, and it's the simplest font you can find. It's not animated, there's not lights flashing. It's just simple, and that's how Chris Nolan likes it, and that's why I love Christopher Nolan movies.
And I think this teaser does just enough teasing without giving us too much, because they've only been shooting The Dark Knight Rises for a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
So there isn't very much new footage. But just when I was thinking, oh, there's not much to this, then we get a quick cut
glimpses
of Bane's hulking body and Batman sort of ready to fight.
Yeah.
And I just go, oh my God, bring it on.
Yeah.
Is it July yet?
Yeah, just the glimpses are enough for me. Less is more. And we're a year away. You don't want to see giant chunks of this movie yet. So anybody who's disappointed by this, don't worry. You're going to get re-interested in this movie.
Yeah.
I guarantee you that you're going to be excited about this again in a couple months, and especially when this thing is coming out. All those people who go, oh, that sucked. This movie isn't going to be anything. Yeah, like let's see where you are opening night next year. So next one we're going to take a look at is Sherlock Holmes 2.
I'm on my honeymoon! Get that out of my face.
It's not in your face, it's in my hand.
Get what's in your hand out of my face.
A new trailer for Sherlock Holmes Game of Shadows just released, and it looks like more of the same of the first movie. Really fun, lots of action, great performance from Robert Downey Jr., great chemistry between Jude Law and Robert Downey Jr.
Basically, it does look like, very similar to the first one, we're going to have some sort of overarching mystery. Holmes and Watson get on a crazy adventure. Hopefully lots of, quippy one-liners, some very cool action with some of those stylized slow-mo scenes.
Yeah, he's really good at that.
The color palette looks the same. We get a little bit of Noomi Rapace as the new lady in the movie. Instead of Rachel McAdams, they got the girl from the foreign Dragon Tattoo movies to be sort of the female lead. We get a little bit of her, but not enough to really give me an idea of if she can act in an American movie or not.
Yeah.
And we see a bit of Holmes' new nemesis, Moriarty, who is played by this great character actor who was awesome on Mad Men and Fringe on TV.
So it's not Brad Pitt.
It is not Brad Pitt.
Because
So
in the
there
original
were rumors.
Yeah, in the original movie, there were rumors that Brad Pitt voiced Moriarty because you hear him, but you never see him because he's enveloped in shadows.
Yeah. So this guy isn't a name by any stretch, but he's fantastic on TV, and I really hope he can bring sort of this menacing cunning to Moriarty to make for a really intriguing villain.
Mm-hmm. And I don't really care that this story doesn't directly tie into the first movie. Sherlock, to me, kind of feels like a new generation's Indiana Jones. It's just this really compelling, intelligent character who's not just about jumping and shooting and action, but he's got to use his brain to solve certain problems. And just, I like watching him go on these different adventures. So, you know, I hope there's many more of these Sherlock Holmes movies, especially, like, they can't lose Jude Law. That's, for me, the real magic of the first movie is their bantering and bickering.
Yeah, I would totally agree. Because Downey Jr., he's great, but he's pretty much, you know, Robert Downey Jr. all the time.
He really needs the right guy to play off of him. So in Due Date, that's a great example of if he doesn't have the right guy, and Galifianakis is great, but that was just kind of a chemistry misfire where they just didn't mesh properly. But, and then something like in the original Iron Man, well, basically Robert Downey Jr. and everybody in that movie just works.
Yeah, but it's nice to see somebody as good as Jude Law, who, you know, was sort of the it guy for a while and then fell off. Like, Jude Law's star really dropped.
I wonder why. He's kept his nose clean. And there's
So it was nice to see, you know, him in the first one. It looks like him and Downey Jr. have that great rapport again in this.
Yeah, one of my favorite moments in the first movie was when when Jude Law just punches Robert Downey Jr. in the nose.
Yeah.
Just right in the nose during an argument. And Sherlock is stunned, like, I've just been punched in the nose. And near the end of this trailer, there's another moment just like that where they're hanging off the side of a train and Jude Law kicks Downey in the butt. I was on my honeymoon. I just love it when Jude does that, like beats up Sherlock Holmes, which is so not their relationship in the books or any other incarnation we've ever seen of them.
Yeah. So I think, you know, the teaser is pretty good. Certainly, when it comes to big movies around Christmas, my most anticipated sequel of the year is actually Mission Impossible Ghost Protocol as my first choice in December, but Sherlock Holmes Game of Shadows looks like a good alternate for after that.
Yeah, good Christmas for movies this year.